Hi, my name is Damon with LoanBidz.com. Today we're going to talk about how to get the best deal in a blanket loan, also known as a portfolio loan for your rental properties. So if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button on YouTube or the like button on Facebook, and I'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. We're going to talk about how to get the best deal now in a blanket or portfolio loan. So many of our clients have different types of properties that they want to include in their blanket loan. So what I would say here is that they kind of fall into two camps. Kind of the lower value properties or the higher unit properties, and then kind of your standard single family properties worth, call it 75,000 plus. So I'm going to talk about what I would consider the most vanilla option first, which I think is the best right now on the market. And that is a 30-year fixed option for single family homes, and some small multifamilies can be included in the pool. And again, we're talking about properties that are worth, call it 80,000 or more. Sometimes we can get exceptions a little lower than that, but 80,000 or more. Include them in a pool. Make sure that your group of properties is 5 properties or more. And typically we can get some really good deals. And what I mean by that is those types of 30-year fixed structures are based upon the overall LTV that you want, and they're based upon the FICO score of the guarantors or the sponsors of the deal. So if you want to get the very best and very lowest rate, you would probably need a credit score of, call it 760 to 780 or better, which would be the best rate tier for the lenders. And if you want maximum leverage, you can typically get 75, sometimes 80% on cash out if your credit score is high enough. So also, if you want a super low rate, you can say, hey, I don't need a 75 or 80 LTV. Maybe I'll take 65 or even 50 LTV because I don't really need all that much money. So in those particular cases, right now, pricing is probably somewhere in, the 4%. And for the lower credit scores, we're looking at, somewhere in the low to mid 5% for 30-year fixed financing, which is really good right now. So that particular loans, we can size those in, and we can work to get your specific objectives identified and provide a set of options for you. So I'm going to set that aside. That is our most popular. There is also a blanket loan option for other types of properties. And what I mean by that is I have a lot of clients that like to go out and purchase properties for $50,000 to $70,000, so lower value properties, because they really cash flow well. Well, those are a little bit harder to put into that 30-year fixed structure. So there is another option for those particular clients, and that is a 5 or 10-year balloon with a 30-year amortization. So those particular structures are a lot more flexible. We actually have one right now that we're working with a client that needed to throw a 31-unit multifamily into a pool of single-family properties. That typical 30-year fixed structure doesn't really fit for that, but it worked out pretty well with a 10-year balloon structure for them. So again, lower value properties, large multifamilies needing to go into the pool is another reason. And the third reason really is if you're looking for a non-recourse option. So those particular types of structures can provide a non-recourse type loan. Again, as with any of these pools, you typically need to be able to include at least 5 properties into the pool, although we have a couple of lenders that can deal with fewer than that. And then also, you're going to want to make sure that if you do the 5 or 10 year structure, you really look at the terms of the prepayment penalty. So in the prepayment penalty on the 5 and 10-year balloons, they'll give you various options, and the rate will change based upon how you decide to select that. There's something called yield maintenance, which is a very punitive sort of prepayment penalty. And for our clients, we typically don't recommend that unless you know absolutely surely you're not going to pay those off during the term of that 5 and 10 years. They also offer step down prepayments, but typically those are a little bit heavier than you would find in the 30-year fixed structure. So right now, just kind of summarizing here, the majority of our clients are going for the 30-year fixed right now. The majority of them are getting rates in the in the mid to high fours, depending on their credit score. And also, one of the options for this is what's called a buy down. So a lot of our clients are taking advantage and using some of their equity in their pool of properties to actually pay additional points to buy the rates down. So our lenders today can allow you to buy down. Some are at 4% on a floor rate. Some are also even lower than that. So we've had a few loans close around 3.5%. So in those particular cases, the typical rule of thumb that we're finding from lenders is that they're going to charge you one additional point or 1% of the loan amount for every 0.5% of rate reduction. So if you want a full percent rate reduction, it's going to cost you 2 additional points or 2% of the loan amount in order to get that. But you know what? At that ratio, your break even is typically about 2.7 years. So as long as you keep it for more than 2.7 years, you're now in the money. You're now good on that particular buy down option. So if any of this makes sense to you, if you're considering a pool of properties to refinance, please give us a call. We'd love to give you some options. Our number is 636-552-4710, or you can just go out to LoanBidz.com, put in some basic information, and one of our account executives will get with you promptly. So until next time, again, don't forget to hit the like or subscribe button, and we'll see you again soon.